Fellow gardeners, if you've ever watched helplessly as tiny invaders transform your thriving tomato plants into yellowing, curled disasters, you know the frustration of dealing with common garden pests. Today, I'm sharing a game-changing natural solution that will revolutionize how you protect your precious crops: neem oil. This remarkable extract from the neem tree has been used for centuries as nature's own pesticide, and once you understand how to harness its power, you'll wonder how you ever gardened without it. Before we dive into the solution, let's identify the culprits that are likely plaguing your garden right now. Aphids are perhaps the most notorious, appearing as tiny green or black clusters on new growth, literally sucking the life from your plants while leaving behind sticky honeydew that attracts ants and promotes sooty mold. Spider mites create fine webbing on leaves and cause stippling damage that can quickly turn entire plants bronze and lifeless. Whiteflies flutter up in clouds when you disturb infected plants, weakening them through constant feeding and potentially spreading viral diseases. Thrips leave silvery streaks on leaves and can be particularly devastating to young seedlings, while various forms of mildew create powdery white coatings or fuzzy growths that compromise plant health and reduce yields. These pests don't discriminate in their targets. Your tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, squash, beans, lettuce, spinach, kale, eggplant, okra, roses, fruit trees, and virtually every other garden plant can fall victim to these persistent invaders. What makes this particularly challenging is that these pests often work in combination, creating a cascade of problems that can quickly overwhelm even experienced gardeners. Neem oil works through multiple mechanisms that make it incredibly effective against a broad spectrum of garden pests. The key active compound, azadirachtin, disrupts the hormonal systems of insects, preventing them from feeding normally, reproducing, and completing their life cycles. Unlike synthetic pesticides that simply kill on contact, neem oil creates a systemic disruption that prevents pest populations from establishing and thriving in your garden. When aphids encounter neem oil, their feeding behavior immediately changes. They lose their ability to pierce plant tissues effectively, and their reproductive capacity plummets. Existing colonies begin to age and shrink as new generations fail to develop properly. Spider mites experience similar disruption, with the oil also creating a physical barrier that interferes with their web-spinning abilities. Whiteflies find treated plants less attractive and struggle to complete their development when they do attempt to feed. The beauty of this approach is that it breaks the pest cycle at multiple points, providing both immediate relief and long-term protection. The key to neem oil's effectiveness lies in proper preparation and application. Since neem oil is hydrophobic like all vegetable oils, it requires an emulsifier to create a stable mixture with water. The most effective approach involves creating a concentrate using 4 parts neem oil to 1 part emulsifier such as remulgan, which creates a stable base that can be stored and used as needed. Tomatoes require special attention because their dense foliage creates ideal microclimates for pest development. Begin preventive neem oil applications when plants are young, focusing on the growing tips where aphids typically establish their first colonies. As plants mature and begin flowering, continue weekly treatments, but be particularly thorough in covering the undersides of leaves where whiteflies prefer to lay their eggs. Cucurbits like cucumbers, squash, and melons benefit from preventive treatment starting when the first true leaves appear. These plants are particularly susceptible to spider mites during hot weather, so increase application frequency to twice weekly during heat waves. Leafy greens such as lettuce, spinach, and kale can be treated safely with neem oil throughout their growing cycle, but timing is crucial. Apply treatments in the evening to minimize any potential for leaf burn, and ensure good air circulation around plants to prevent the oil from pooling on leaf surfaces. Preventive applications should begin early in the growing season and continue regularly throughout the period when pests are active. For most regions, this means starting treatments in late spring and continuing through early fall. Weekly applications during peak growing season provide excellent protection, but you can adjust frequency based on pest pressure and weather conditions. During active infestations, increase application frequency to every 3 to 5 days until pest populations are under control. The key is persistence rather than concentration. Multiple light applications are more effective than occasional heavy treatments and reduce the risk of plant stress or beneficial insect disruption. Environmental conditions significantly impact application schedules. During hot, dry periods when spider mites thrive, increase treatment frequency. After heavy rains, reapply treatments as the protective barrier will have been washed away. Cool, humid conditions that favor fungal development also call for consistent neem oil applications to prevent mildew establishment. One of neem oil's greatest advantages is its selective action against harmful pests while preserving beneficial insects. Because neem oil primarily affects insects through ingestion and disruption of feeding behavior, beneficial predators like ladybugs, lacewings, and parasitic wasps that feed on live prey are minimally impacted. These natural allies continue to hunt and consume pests, creating a balanced ecosystem approach to pest management. However, responsible application techniques help ensure beneficial insect safety. Avoid spraying directly on flowers when they're actively being visited by pollinators. Time applications for early morning or evening when beneficial insects are less active. Focus treatments on areas with visible pest activity rather than blanket applications across the entire garden. The goal is to maintain enough pest pressure to support beneficial insect populations while preventing pest numbers from reaching damaging levels. Fresh neem oil mixtures are essential for effectiveness. The active compounds in neem oil begin to degrade immediately upon mixing with water, so prepare only what you can use within 48 hours. Store any unmixed concentrate in a cool, dark location to maintain potency. Plant stress can occur if neem oil is applied incorrectly. Signs include yellowing leaves, leaf drop, or stunted growth. This typically results from applying during hot weather using concentrations that are too strong, or insufficient mixing of the oil and water. Always test new preparations on a small area before treating entire plants, and reduce concentration if any stress symptoms appear. Weather conditions significantly impact treatment success. High humidity can cause oil to remain on leaf surfaces longer than ideal, potentially leading to fungal issues. Strong winds during application result in poor coverage and waste of material. Plan applications during calm weather with moderate temperatures and low humidity for best results. Neem oil works best as part of a comprehensive garden health strategy rather than as a standalone solution. Healthy, vigorous plants resist pest establishment better than stressed plants, so maintain proper nutrition, watering, and spacing to create an environment where your crops can thrive naturally. Crop rotation disrupts pest life cycles by removing preferred host plants from specific locations. Companion planting with pest deterrent species like marigolds, basil, and nasturtiums creates additional barriers to pest establishment. Regular monitoring allows for early detection and intervention before pest populations reach damaging levels. Seasonal garden cleanup removes overwintering pest populations and disease spores that could cause problems in the following growing season. This integrated approach, combined with regular neem oil applications, creates a robust defense system that maintains garden health while minimizing external inputs. Mastering neem oil application transforms your relationship with garden pest management. Instead of reactive chemical interventions that often create more problems than they solve, you now have a proactive, natural approach that works with your garden's ecosystem rather than against it. The investment in understanding proper preparation and application techniques pays dividends in healthier plants, better yields, and reduced long-term pest pressure. Remember that consistency is key to success with neem oil. Regular applications during the growing season prevent pest establishment rather than simply responding to existing problems. This approach requires patience and persistence, but the results speak for themselves in the form of thriving plants and abundant harvests. If this guide has helped you understand how to protect your garden naturally with neem oil, I'd love to hear about your successes in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Smart Garden for more practical, science-based gardening advice that helps you grow better gardens naturally. Share this video with fellow gardeners who are struggling with pest problems, because everyone deserves to experience the satisfaction of a healthy, productive garden protected by nature's own solutions.